One piece of advice that I always give to teachers and to myself is that prevention is always better than cure. Prevention saves time, energy, and heartache. Preventing a mess is always preferable to cleaning up the mess afterwards. A precorrect or a prompt is an in-the-moment prevention strategy that describes the behaviour you want to see, while also recognising that this may be a difficult situation for your student. I recently worked on a behaviour plan for a student who found it difficult to enter the classroom calmly and was often noisy and disruptive. One of his teachers had developed a strategy of giving him a quiet reminder as he lined up to take out his laptop and have it ready to go. This technique seemed to calm him as he entered the classroom and helped him to get down to his work as soon as he walked in. The precorrect is an underused but highly effective strategy for preventing off-task or tricky behaviour by giving his students a reminder of the appropriate behaviour just before they go into the situation. Positive Behaviour Intervention Supports, or PBIS, promote this strategy as part of a whole school approach to improve behaviour and learning. In Australia, this may be called PBL. For example, if you have a noisy class, give them a direction just before they enter the classroom, like remember to go in quietly and take out your equipment. In this video, I'll share with you the essential ingredients that make a precorrect effective and how you can use the precorrect or prompt to prevent off-task or difficult student behaviour. Using this strategy can reduce the amount of time and energy needed to deal with tricky student behaviour, improve your relationships with students, and make your job more enjoyable and satisfying. It can almost feel like magic. My name's Amaro, and I'm the Principal Presenter at The Highly Effective Teacher. I'm a teacher, and I've been working with students and supporting teachers for over 30 years. I'm passionate about teacher wellbeing, and I combine research and experience to provide strategies that improve teacher wellbeing, especially practices that take no more time, that can actually give you back time by working more effectively. I love coaching teachers so that they thrive in the teaching profession, not just survive. Improved teacher wellbeing means improved student wellbeing, and that contributes to better social and academic outcomes for all our students. If you'd like to learn more about teacher wellbeing, please subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so that you receive notifications of all the videos. And when you subscribe, that helps to support the channel. It means that we can keep making these videos and get information out to more teachers. Why is a precorrect so effective? Well, it focuses on prevention, so it gives students a greater likelihood of success. It gives students a sense of agency because students are prompted close to the situation where they may have difficulty. You can use gestures, verbal and visual reminders to assist students who may learn differently or need additional cues. And precorrects are flexible and can be individualised for classes and students according to what they need. When do you use a precorrect? So you can use a precorrect for whole class behaviour, for example, remember to sit quietly and listen during the assembly, or for an individual student, for example, remember you can use your exit card if you're feeling angry or upset. How to best use the precorrect. At the foundation of the success of the precorrect is, of course, clear expectations for the behaviour that you want your students to demonstrate. So number one, anticipate the tricky behaviour that might occur with your students in classes. For example, they may be noisy when they enter the room. They may become disruptive when you play games. They might talk when you're talking. Give the direction immediately prior to the situation, that is, just before they walk into the classroom, during the preamble to playing games. So remember, we stay in our seats unless it's our turn, or we keep our voices low so as not to disturb other classes. Number two, organise the environment to create a greater likelihood of success. This means that you have systems and procedures in place to create smooth transitions. For example, processes for collecting homework or simple ways to get help from a teacher. It also means that you think carefully about your curriculum delivery and how your pedagogy will affect student behaviour. Giving students brain breaks, allowing movement and discussion, having a mix of active and passive learning, and using a lesson schedule so that students know what is coming up. All these will help to manage behaviour as well. Number 3, teach the behaviour explicitly prior to the situation, giving students opportunity for practice and feedback. Teaching the behaviour you want your students to do and not simply telling them what to do increases their chances of success. And this is important whether you're working with kindergarten or Year 12 students. What you need to teach students will vary, of course, and making the expected behaviours age appropriate and discussed with students is vital. For example, kindergarten students may need to learn about whole body listening, while Year 12 students may need to learn how to listen to different people's opinions, how to disagree respectfully, and how to express themselves clearly. Number 4, use the precorrect with non-verbals, so pointing to the environment, using visuals such as posters on the wall, and as well as verbals that are like, remember to stay in the junior playground during break. Having posters with school expectations clearly stated really helps teachers to use consistent language with students and is there as a teaching tool. Some students will, of course, respond better with visuals and non-verbals. Number 5, add behaviour-specific praise or acknowledgement to the use of the precorrect, and that will increase student success and ensure continued success, because remember, what you focus on will increase in intensity and frequency. For example, say, thanks for listening in assembly, you stayed quiet at the appropriate times and you were watching the performance. Or, thank you for keeping your language respectful when you expressed your opinion about an issue that you obviously feel passionate about. Thanks for watching our videos. Stay safe and happy teaching.